More minutes.
I'm going to get hot there, right?
It's nice and warm here.
What do you want to suck it, yeah? No, it's okay, that's fine.
Right, thank you everyone for turning up. We've got an apology to make to all members. Along with the flare, there was a members list that went out, and it said that Arnold Mulgulka, I think I got that right, was an honorary member. Nearly. The fact of the matter is, he's not an honorary member. So I don't know if you all got your email that was sent out to apologising for this. So on behalf of the committee, we apologise, and we'll try not to let it happen again. Right. Is there any apologies?
Yeah, Tony. Can't make it now.
Ian said he was going to be coming, but obviously he cannot come. Ah, fair enough.
So that's
Ian and Tony.
Minutes of last meeting. There was a summary sent out. I know it wasn't what a lot of members would say was a full reading of the minutes. So, from what was there, can I take a proposal of what you've read?
Well, there's one point, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make, and I'm not casting aspersions, but I read it as a summary. I think that was the first thing I spotted. But in the flying site, one part of the meeting, as chairman, he voiced, we were discussing the state of the field, and as chairman, you voiced that yes, you cut the club's grass, you're the chairman, but you're not the club's groundsman, and that was taken by members, and I think every member accepts that everything that happens in this club hasn't to rest on your shoulders. But what I feel was omitted in my eyes was it was left at that. And now it mentioned that, but there was no mention. There was at least 5 people, and at least 3 or 4 in this room who did offer and said they were retired, and one that wasn't retired did offer, said for a phone call we will come along and help. And I felt that should have been mentioned, that following the chairman's request, there were definite offers of help from the club, and I thought that was, maybe I'm being a bit old TT, but I thought that should have been mentioned in the minutes as well.
Well, I'd like to say,
I'm going to say it's fair enough, but it doesn't have to be an exact word, or does it have to be an exact word for word copy of everything that's said?
No.
Because otherwise, this is one of the problems with this as a meeting, is it's putting a lot of people off, and it's too fussy and organised as a council of war. But it's a friendly meeting. It shouldn't be like minuted and down to the last comma and dot. It's just.
I don't feel it should be, Mr. Secretary, but that whilst the last thing I want it to be is I want it to stay as it's always been, and that's a friendly club. But what I'm saying is, if something's agreed, I think for the sake of the minutes it should be reported, even if it's only a 2-liner. I mean, there's no way what was said, whether you or I or any of us, the secretary, would have recorded all the discussion that took place regarding the field, other than summarise the last conclusions.
Well, if you listen to it, you would be able to see that, but unfortunately, I didn't perhaps write every person that happened to mention it by name. Well,
no, but there was no mention that anybody offered anything. That was the point I was
I understand tonight that we agreed that you'd email us all, and when it was proposed to be done, and we'd turn up. But I thought I took the deal about that.
John Appleton's an expert
doing groundwork with a whacker and that, he used to do it on the job.
Yeah, but we never used a whacker.
Oh, right.
We didn't use a whacker at all.
So he'll do all that.
Say again, sorry?
I said, John prepared to do all that.
Yeah, I mean...
That's what I work when if they get round to doing it.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'll come to that.
Yesterday, but the ground was perfect yesterday.
Do you know what's been done though? No, it's been done already.
I don't know what.
Right, okay.
I don't know what's been done.
Right, well, I'll come to that when we get to the flying sites, and you'll understand why.
It was perfect yesterday for flying.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's been seen to since then.
Oh, right.
Been done before then.
Yeah.
Have you not read this, sir, Dave? It's reported in there. What's been done? You haven't got it? Oh,
I can't pick that up on my computer.
right.
It's been sent here. Yeah, it's been sent
It's
today.
been sent through the post to you.
Sorry?
It's been sent through the post.
I haven't got it.
I mean, that's right.
Sent through the post.
No, you don't get it in the
Oh, have
post.
you got the internet?
You get the internet. You get an email.
You've sent
Yeah.
David one through the post.
Yeah, because he can't...
Even though David gets the internet, he can't open it
I
up.
can't pick up because I know Microsoft Word.
Yeah.
Some things I can't get. I haven't got that.
It's only the current state of what, what's happened to the Worsthorne side. Yeah.
Anyway, for the record, those who did offer the services, much appreciated. Right. Matters arising. Is there any that's come about? No, I'm afraid not. Need to get your jackboots on. No, nothing. Okay, no. Can I have the secretary's report and correspondence, please?
At the moment, I don't have anything more to add than the knowledge of doing the ground. If I do find anything out, I will pass it on to you all. Obviously, the website is the first port of call. If you want to know what's going on, look on the website. It gets updated probably daily, which is more often than you'll get the newsletter through the post. So if you want to know, have a look on there. That's all I can say at the moment.
Permits back for 10,
No, they're to be sorted yet. That's it.
Good on. Thank you. Treasurer's report, please.
Yes, let me first of all apologise for my lateness this evening, but in my mind I have this idea that the clocks have changed, that people will go flying up on the flying site in the evening, and therefore we stop meeting so people come back and then come to meeting afterwards. So that's my excuse. Let me apologise again. Sorry for delaying things. Looking at the membership, we have a membership now of 31 in total, and that includes 26 seniors, which is the group that we have most of all, I think. 26 seniors means that there are 4 vacancies, just 4 vacancies left in the senior division, which I think is quite good. We've had inquiries from 3 people. One was Mike Reed, that some of you might know, I think. He did in fact make quite firm inquiries, but I sent him. Well, I sent him lots of literature, he didn't respond to it. So maybe he's having second thoughts, or perhaps he's waiting till the weather gets better, I don't know. And then there are 2 other people who made inquiries. One was a gentleman by the name of John Casson, who I've not met.
Yes.
How are you, John? I've got all sorts of things here, and we can formalise that then in a few minutes, I hope. And the other one's a guy called Chris, who was up at the field on Sunday. I think he's...
Yes, he was meant to be coming tonight, actually.
Yeah,
Right.
work, you can't come to work.
Right, okay, so things are looking good, aren't they? With 4 vacancies and 3 possibles, that's looking quite good indeed. As far as the funds go, the total cash in hand stands at approximately £5,250, which is quite reasonable. There's been one major item of expenditure since our last meeting, and that of course is the cost arising from
treating the field after the insurgency of the moles, which was really quite terrible indeed.
I like your word insurgency.
Well, they caused a colossal amount of damage. I want to believe it could have been quite a bad thing. Anyhow, the field's been rolled, and we seem to have cured that problem, and the field's in excellent order at the moment. So I think they're the same. Quite interesting to read how much that actually costs. You look at the firm that does the hiring, and it says hire charge £82. You think that's okay, it's not going to cost a great deal. And then of course there's the damage waiver at £12 and a bit, delivery at £22.50, VAT at £23, and petrol for the machine at about £7.50. So in fact, the whole adventure cost £148, which is fair. But I think money well spent. I was surprised it was going to cost so much. But I think the final result of that outlay has been excellent. As Dave was saying, the field's in excellent condition at the moment, and I'm quite pleased with that. And things have turned out, I think, quite well there in the end. And that, I think, concludes my report this evening. And again, sorry for my delay.
Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Flying sites. Worsthorne. As you've just heard from Alan, there has been a lot of work been done on the field. There's been 2 cuts previous to the rolling, just to get a better idea of what we were looking at. When it came down to it, it was a case of it just needed a good old rolling, basically. The molehills knocking down, filling in, and just a good old roll. And basically what we used was what I proposed at the last meeting, was a vibrating roller, what they used for like tarmacking services, and basically worked a treat. It totally levelled it, and I mean, you still got the rise in the middle, but without doing some major landscaping, you're never going to get rid of that. That's just there to stay. But all in all, I think it's done the ground some good, because I mean, we've had snow up there, we've had a bit of rain since it's been done, and we haven't seemed to have suffered with any waterlogged pitch. So I think all in all, it's done what we expected it to do, to be honest with you. Townley site, there isn't much really to report on that.
No.
Really.
Perfect conditions,
yeah.
Not waterlogged. There's usually a few people walking about, but they're interested, so it's nice to have people interested in what you're doing.
I mean, we did have one major setback, not last Saturday, but the Saturday before, where they had an Easter game, didn't they? It had to be done on
cup final.
Yeah, it had to be done on.
It had to be done on neutral territory. Yeah.
So we were put back with that, but we were told it was only a one-off. So so we took it on the chin and says fair enough. So where the flying sites are concerned, I think that's all I can report on there. Is there any other business?
So will we not need any sand for the mole runs? No.
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 No, nothing.
It would be a nice idea to just add some sand at some stage to aid the draining, rather than putting any topsoil down like we thought. It just make it muddier and worse. But that's see how it goes. At the moment, it's very good. And as you know, Keith drove up, not a problem. The walk-up's very solid. It's not a bit soft. It's it's at the moment, it's quite good.
It's been for a long time.
Yeah.
I think we'd be fortunate as much as we've had like 6 weeks without
any
rain. But it's been that dry, hasn't it? It's like evaporated rather than melted to slush, hasn't it?
Well, when they said there's no problem with the roller, I'm not surprised because it's been dried out.
That's right.
Anything else? No? Let me see a quick meeting. I'm sorry, we'll go see someone else. Date and time of next meeting. Now we're open to discussion on this because, as you know, by the time the next meeting comes, it's getting lighter, and basically more people want to fly. So, I mean, Simon's put down for the meeting of the 3rd of June. Would you prefer it to be a little bit later, say like August?
Previous years, we've still kept to the 2-monthly cycle because at one time we cut the 2 summer months out, and then it was felt at a following meeting they prefer, even if it were only for a half an hour, 3/4 in the 2 summer months after we'd been up flying, and that's how we started the meeting at 8:30. And we got a pretty good turnout, if I remember, if you look at the attendance sheets on the whole minutes. Because I thought we might have started a bit later tonight, because we did it after the clocks went by. So I think it's a good idea, but obviously it's what members
We
think.
don't get into August, you get into like air shows, like nationals and these other air shows, so I prefer it early myself than in August when a lot of flights are available for these model shows.
Yeah.
In August.
I mean, other thing to look at is now we've got a good website, do we need a meeting in summer?
That's the discussion, isn't it?
You know, I mean, Simon puts loads of information on the website. It takes 2 minutes to go and read it. And if you've any problems, you can send him an email and he'll get back to you.
But
Do we actually physically need to attend?
well, in fact, I'll put my cards on the table. That's what I feel. I think that's the way we're going, because if you look at the website, there's approximately just under 20% of the membership go on, use that website, and I think that may well be the aim, to cut out meetings altogether, which for me I think is a bad thing.
No, I don't think the aim is to cut them out altogether.
It would be nice
when
if
people want to fly.
it would be nice if more of you actually used it or contributed to it. It gets a bit boring constantly wittering on, but it would be nice to have other people. I know Neil Edmondson, who's not here tonight. We've had quite a good conversation on Neil trying to get some new electric models, work out what he needs and what he should get and what's good and what's not good. And you know, it's a point of contact, and it's.
But
it's
the
not
thing I dislike, and I think everybody knows in this room, it's so impersonal. To me, it's far friendly if we fly till 8:30, 8:45, come down now 3/4 of an hour.
Oh yeah, there's not a problem. We're not saying, you know, ban the meetings or stop having the meetings, but it would be nice if more of you contributed on the web, because you know people have ideas or something they want to know on a Tuesday night, at, you know, whenever, and it's easy, you know, rather than ringing somebody up and annoying them, it's very easy for them to put a comment on there. You've all got the ability. You've all been sent the ability to go on the forum. Nobody else can go on the forum. It's only for us. Everybody can read it, but only we can actually comment on it. And you've all been sent your login details. You don't need to join up or anything. You've all had an email, and you can all do it. But some of you choose not to. That's your prerogative. But it would be nice if more of you actually did do some, contributions.
Not only that, if you've anything for sale, it's a very easy way to let everybody know that you've got something for sale. Word gets round fairly quickly.
Well, can we take a vote on meeting? Do you want it later or on the 3rd of June? Is that?
Are you alright with the 3rd
right?
of June for starters? Is that alright?
That's all right.
Yeah.
It's 8:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it worked all right last year.
Yeah.
And I think we'd have better turnout in June and August than perhaps we had tonight, because some had been up flying and they came. Some were a minute too late. You could even say 8:45. That's extra, because it'd be light enough for the weather, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So can we take a vote on that then, and then it puts an end to that. All those in favour for having the meeting the 3rd of June at 8:30. Fast. Good, good. Right, so that concludes the meeting. So the next meeting will be at 8:30.
Can I just raise a point before
Yeah.
you disappear, before
Yeah.
it ends? Considering this website, do we need flair? Because for the same reason, I'm always having trouble filling in flair. And I feel a lot of it's repeated and perhaps not appreciated. So why not just use a website? We can publish the minutes and it's up to everybody else.
Well, we can make you so you could publish on the web. You could be a contributor on. You know.
Well, I don't want to keep on doing this if the website's sufficient for everybody. Well, if everybody's happy.
Yeah.
You know, what does
You've got an
anybody think?
iPad, haven't you?
What does anybody think?
Yeah.
Do they still want to read?
Do they still want the flair? As in,
Personally, yes.
Yeah.
That's one in my.
Well, we know you'd say that, Keith.
Well, at
not
least I
everyone's
wear
here.
my heart on my sleeves.
Luddite.
I think, to be honest with you, I mean the flair it is a good source of, if there was ever a problem in the future, it's always good to be able to flick through it or through the minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
It's good to have it on paper. So I'm me personally.
Because
I'm
you
happy with
just
the flair.
find out that probably, quite a few people that haven't even read the flyer, let alone reading the website. Because
Yeah, well, plus one or two people have to be posted as well.
Yeah.
So they can't access the website anyway.
Well, Dave can access the website, but he doesn't. He can't open your flyer because he hasn't got.
No, true.
Some of these downloads.
We have
No, he can't read. It's the download. Dave has problems with it.
But we have 3 paid members who don't have internet access. Well, we did have.
Oh yes, yeah.
I mean,
Website. It's not.
okay, yes, I am a Luddite. I remember when I used to print off 6 and 8 pages and do 46 copies. But it wasn't a great hardship. But you can keep your Facebooks and your Twitters.
Yeah, but it's not Facebook and Twitter, is it?
Well, we've got them on the
Emails.
internet now.
Yeah, but it's totally different with Facebook and Twitter. The internet is a way of passing information.
It's a private
Now-
site, Keith.
You were saying, Simon, about, shall we say, one of the reasons membership dropped, possibly because, well, I was probably very formal in my ways, because when I researched previous minutes, it was just paragraph, and the only way you could collate information from previous years, you had to go through every page and every paragraph, and it took hours, and that was why I prefer that, because you know where you're looking when you're looking for a particular aspect of it. But I think if we lose the getting together at a meeting, I genuinely think we'll lose something in the club. But that's my opinion.
Well, Tom Club's already disappeared because half a aren't used to it and nobody else wants to know anything about it. And we used to meet there. Just as soon as
We're not saying get rid of it. We want you to contribute more because you basically just read it and don't say anything. And I don't know if you read it, or I don't know if you even look at it. You probably do, because there's lots of people. It's got a little
give
counter.
myself a copy, and I pride myself. I have every copy except one that's incomplete. I'm going to ask Mike for it, and it's about 7 years old. And I have every one of them for the last 13 years in a 3.5 inch folder. But then again, if I'm a nerd, so be it.
No, it's very good. It's very good. It's just
Actually, it's a nice way for the club, because it's like a club's editorial for all the members. And also what someone wrote about batteries and things this time. For a beginner like me, that was very educational. Really, I enjoyed it.
Very good.
well, we can we can contribute the same information onto both. And Mike would be able to put his information onto the internet as well, onto the website. Don't be scared, it's quite simple actually.
No, I can do it.
Yeah, it's possible to do.
Yeah.
Even to put it on the website prettily.
Yeah. My personal feeling about this is that Flare is a very useful publication. What I personally do is to download it, print it, read it, put it on the side, and then maybe go back to it 3 or 4 times. Some of the articles are tremendously interesting, and they're quite lengthy. Some of the things that Roy's done, I really do appreciate, and go back to read more than once. I wouldn't do that if the only contact was on the internet and on our website. It wouldn't be as easy for me. There's a printed copy, it's at hand, I've read it once, I've enjoyed it, I'll go back and read it again.
We're not saying get rid of it, it's just there's both there, and they're both there to be used.
It's a very valuable publication.
Yeah, that's alright, that's good.
And the same as you said, Simon, there's only 20% of the membership doing it. So
No, I said that.
what is that? So that, I mean, they're not, if they're not using it now, they're not going to use it to read Flare, are they?
No.
No, if everybody's happy about it, fair enough.
And probably
Well, I do
75%.
You like
of
it, I
the
know you like it. You said so.
Attendance on the forum is by 2 members, the secretary and the chairman.
Say again, sorry.
There's probably about 75% of the total overall.
Because nobody's contributing.
That's because you're not getting on contributing, Keith. Come
I know,
on.
I'm known for that. Known for that.
You could fill it.
I've got all the
Single-handed.
over again. I'd have verbal diarrhea if I went on.
Anyway.
So we've agreed that Flare's stopping.
Yeah.
I think that would be a tragedy if we
Yeah.
Yeah, agree. Agree to that.
Great.
Yeah.
Right, is there any other things that bother any thought? No? I'd like an easy meeting for a change.
This one was quite good, was this one?
Yeah, they seem to be like tapering off now, don't they? They seem to be getting better, don't they? But, right. So that's it. Just making sure.
Just I'll try better with the minutes next time then. It was my first attempt, so it's a learning curve.
No, I think the minutes are quite good, to be honest.
But more in depth.
Well, there's only one point that Keith raised,
Yeah.
which might be a valid point. I don't think it's a criticism. I think it's just saying that he'd like to have seen it in.
Yes.
It wasn't meant
It's probably something I missed.
In fairness, Neil's shut us down, so on. But no, Joe, seriously, what it was...
So you weren't trying to score points, were you?
No, I wasn't trying to score points.
No.
The chairman made a valid point. He cuts the grass, which is completely and utterly separate from this being chairman of the club. It's a separate entity. And we pay him an honorarium, anybody. Whoever cuts the grass, we don't pay them by the hour. They get an annual honorarium.
That's a fancy word.
Well, it means that they all get paid for how many hours they put in. But that's
It don't matter if they
it's
do
an
it 10
acknowledgement
times
to say
or 3
thank you
times.
to whoever does it. And it was like there was, as I said, there was Peter, there was David, there was Tony, there was Bill. There was quite a lot of offers of help if somebody had just given them a tinkle and give them advance notice. And I thought it would have just sort of squared off. There was no, everybody appreciated where Neil, our chairman, was coming from. I mean, he's not the groundsman. I mean, we all know that Neil's gone above and beyond on numerous occasions, so there was no criticism.
Yeah.
Do I see Alan from
Almost.
the change?
Neil on that.
Your choice, yeah. You possibly, yes, calm down.
No, I'm just wondering.
Neil, there's nothing
Go on, if
to
you've got 1350, we can squeeze you
Too
in.
many conversations down the side.
Nothing to do at Barley.
Can you?
Not doing out at Barley this year.
I've only a £10.
As far as I know, Simon he's had some correspondence.
Yeah,
like that.
Barley is again, it's on the website. It has been mentioned on the website.
You did say you want to report it at the meeting on the website.
Yeah.
I did look at it, even though I don't contribute.
No,
But
we're not going to share it with me.
I only found out an actual physical, firm date recently, which is the I think the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's the bank holiday, the initial May weekend as we normally do.
So
It's the same as usual basically. So people who, if they want some models or they want to show models, they can offer to bring them down as we do. So, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sam, the secretary, as speaking, Sam deals with the money situation.
So you owe me £7.
I was going to be saying, I forgot what it is now.
Yeah. It'll do when I see you get complicated.
Yes. Where you were saying, Keith, about the groundsman. I mean, the only reason I got...
No, I wasn't there.
No, I've never said you were. No, it's just a case of... the only thing that made me bring it up at the other meeting was a case of that I was getting emails and phone calls, basically about the malls. Wherefore, it was a case of trying to nip it in the bud. So,
well, it's fair dues.
Yeah. So anyway, the malls are gone. And
there's quite a lot of malls up when I was flying there Saturday. Loads of it going up right hand side.
Have you seen the one going round across?
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're like in a straight line.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that mall's going to come to this. But I keep popping up regular away just to see if there's any more activity. I did think there was some at the left side, where the gate is. There is some.
Yeah, they've got a long line up there.
Yeah, so.
They seem to go in a straight line. North and south, as Alan said.
Yeah. So, laser guided moles.
Yeah, so all I did was knock down the molehills, lay some more traps just to see.
Have you actually get caught in it?
Oh yeah, I've got some pictures if you want to see them.
No.
How many did you caught, Neil?
Right, well I deleted some photos, so hang on. 1, 2, 3.
You've only caught 2 on, yeah?
No, I've
You were
caught
2
more
off field,
since.
mate.
Yeah, I've caught more since.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. I think I've caught about 5.
5, have you?
5 more.
See,
one was a bit of a bugger to catch. It seemed to know I was coming for it. But I got the sod in the end.
See, I don't like to advertise that because we get the human rights more people on us back.
Yeah, but where do you get rid of them? Did you take them further?
Chop the head off.
He puts them in a pie.
They're not breathing much.
You see, the first ones, they walk to
I think I know he told me about that.
but these traps like...
They were a scissor trap. They were a scissor trap. I mean, last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
when I caught one.
You did, yeah.
Using
You
the
felt
old...
that soft for them, didn't you?
Well, yeah, but it seems like they won't take a telling, so they've had to...
Throw them a long way. I thought you were going to make yourself a coat with belts.
Well, I did. I'm on with making a nap. But no, like I said, last year I took them into the next field, right over,
Took them over.
dip, if you will, and that's as far as I was going to go. We're being humane. It was just, I've just had enough.
When you said it last time, right, crafty buggers to them moles, didn't you?
All right, right, bloody sods they are. But I did say I did offer farmer the expertise, and he says, well, if it gets any worse, I might take you up on it. Because like you say, if you walk through the gate as you're going up.
So you're going to plant another dozen?
Yeah. But where the traps are concerned, they've done really well, haven't they? They've got...
As long as they keep off field, you can make as many as you want.
Well, yeah. Well, saying that though, I mean, even if I get them on the outside of the edge of the field or within 30 metres, they're marked for dead. That's it. I'm not going to hang about and wait to see if they come down. It's just a case of I'll just deal with them. Because they move pretty quick.
I mean,
it's soon spread out.
Yeah. I mean, to me, the success of the roller that you and Alan did, it's a long time since that was rolled. Several years. Now, we've been up there over 8 years, and if it ever gets even anything like it was before you did it, I think even if we did it every couple of 3 years, it would be
I say if it's something, now we know the sort of rough costs involved, it's sort of something to be thinking doing more regularly.
What, like a year, 2 year?
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say like every year unless it gets really bad, but at least every 2 years perhaps.
Or every 2 or 3 years, depending on conditions, we could get ideal weather. I mean, I know on the internet there's some water boards in this country saying to the customers, please be careful, we're going to have a drought.
I said the other problem is we keep rolling it. If you don't aerate it as well, you end up with no grass. So you stop one problem and make another one, don't you?
Well, it is short, it's nice.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, if you just compact it, you finish up with nothing but moss and no grass.
That's when we need all hands on deck. We're going downfield with our forks.
I think, I mean, I need to go up and have another look just to see if we need some sand, because although the farmer rolled on the outer perimeter several times, I'm not really sure if there's any more ruts there or if they're just settled.
It's very good on the perimeter at the moment.
Actually, there were 3 good landings outside the circle, yes sir.
Oh,
No tipples.
Names.
No, I'm not giving names.
No.
Mine didn't have wheels anyway.
Don't build the cell
No. No. So we'll see how.
Yeah, I think if we're going to roll every couple of years, in 2 years' time, we could put some sand down then, and then we do the rolling where the balls are active, and it's still a bit rough then, but you was.
All right, yeah. I thought that was pretty good. Is it still a bit ropey?
It is all good, but if you've got to criticise any part of it, I think that's the bit, you know. But there is still some signs of the activity that was there when you walk about.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's if I remember rightly, there is some little hollows that could do with filling in, but I don't think it's that big of a expense. I think you're only talking
need to be done straight away.
A small bag.
Yeah, 2 years' time, roll in and put some sand down, smooth it out, that'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how it goes on. Has anybody seen Alan rolling the grass?
Have you been on the whiskey?
Very much so.
What was that?
He's on YouTube, so you can watch it.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Sit there and have a bit of a joke at
my expense, yeah.
Well, it could have done, couldn't it? Because
that was the only way.
I mean, you said you were going to get one grand. I thought you were going to shit on that.
No,
Push one.
I mean, as it's as dry as it is, if you'd have had some coarse sand to fill any hours, a whacker plate would have done while it's going dry, but if there's any moisture, it'll just puddle it.
yeah, I mean the